Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Death Note. Last time on Death Note, we had performance. What all happened last time? So we managed to figure out the identity of the third Kira, the Yotsuba Kira, and through this, we figured it out thanks to Misa. So, Rem actually figured out, Rem touched part of the Death Note to Misa so that the two of them can communicate again. However, Misa's memories are not restored, and Misa hatched her own plan to expose the third Kira with getting some hard evidence, and got it all on recording, and presented it to the task force, and that was kind of the end of the episode. We don't really know what L's reaction to this is going to be. I hope it's okay. Oh boy, I have no idea. It was kind of a cliffhanger moment. Like, what does L think of what Misa has done? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm a little nervous about it, with her taking this into her own hands. So, yeah. But we will have to see. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. Excuse me. This is also where I say that if you want to watch this episode, you want to watch this reaction to this episode of Death Note, it is unfortunately not in this video due to copyright issues that I've had in the past. So what you got to do in order to watch my reaction is you head down in the description or to the pinned comment on this video. There will be a link there. You click it. It'll take you to my highlight reaction, which is, the footage is in the corner. It's all edited and nice and good. Hopefully you have a good time, and when you're done with that, you can pop right back over here for the discussion on this YouTube video. So, yeah, with that being said, we might as well get right into this episode of Death Note. Here we go. Oh, I'm scared, man. I'm scared. Because I don't know if this is going to fully work out the way they thought. I don't know, man. I don't know. The fact that they showed, basically, how they were going to do it. They showed how they were going to do it, and everything has been going as exactly as they planned. Everything has gone exactly as Light planned. Which even Light admitted is scary, Oh. Everything's going to plan, which makes me nervous. Now, do they account for the gun? I'm not sure. I'm afraid for Matsuda. I mean, yay, Matsuda's doing something, but I'm scared for Matsuda. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of notes that I can really talk about for this episode. I actually didn't write down a ton of notes for this episode, so we can get into them, but this might not be a long discussion, so let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing I wrote down was replan. So, continuing from last episode, luckily Misa didn't get into too much trouble with that, and she even acknowledged, if his car had been bugged earlier, then she would have been screwed, because they would have figured out that she was the second Kira. So, oh man, so that did work out. They had to adjust. They had to adjust because they still need to know how he kills, how Kira kills. And it makes me curious if they are actually going to figure out about the Death Note. Maybe, I don't know. They might, but okay, but it wasn't horrible. Like at the end of last episode, I thought that Misa had somehow screwed everything up, but it seems to be pretty good. It seems like, she did good, even if it was a surprise to them, and they just have to work around what she's done. So that's at least good. I wrote down past the power. So L's getting very close to figuring everything out, He's like, okay, if we work under the assumption that Light Yagami was Kira, and then an outside force passed on the Kira power to someone else, passed it on to Higuchi, and passed it on, and then that made Light lose his memories. He's getting close. The only thing is, even Light acknowledged, like, if that's the case, then Light would have had to have given up the power willingly. Kira would have had to have given up his power willingly, basically. So, man, oh man, this is so intense. But they are getting closer and closer, and now I'm actually wondering if this, because I feel like we're getting close to the end of the Yotsuba arc. Because the Yotsuba arc that we've kind of talked about here, it hasn't run too terribly long. I think maybe 5 episodes or so, but now that they have singled out Higuchi as Kira, as the third Kira, then now that they've singled out Higuchi as the third Kira, it definitely puts us towards the end. We have to catch him, and then that's it, because none of the other people at Yotsuba are Kira. So they just have to catch him now. And so basically what they're doing is they're luring him over there so that he will write, so that they can see how he's doing it, basically. So he will go there, and if he does find Matsuda's name, or maybe they find a different name, just someone to sacrifice, he gets out the death note, writes down that name, and they see that person, whether they actually go through with Matsuda or, if they sacrifice a prisoner or something, if that person dies, then they know now it's the death note. So they're coming really close. So I feel like this Yotsuba arc is going to end within either next episode or the episode after that. I have no idea, but things are getting intense. So that is their whole plan, is luring him there with the interview on Sakura TV, which was clever. And that's the problem, is that this is all clever and all brilliant, and also good on Matsuda for stepping up, Matsuda actually, did something. So all of this plan is brilliant, and it seems to be working perfectly, but that's where I'm scared. I am terrified that this plan will not actually work, And this is the problem, is that there's not a whole lot to talk about with this, It's brilliant. I do like it. I like going back to Sakura TV for a bit. We haven't really had them since the Misa arc. So I did like that, going back to them and the plan coming together. It is interesting when Light as L was calling, what's the other guy's name? There's so many Japanese names I can't remember. But the one guy, the mole, and he was like, yes, I'm pretty sure that it is, we do need to take down Higuchi. And Light's like, what, you already know? And it's like, oh, I guess even the great L can be tricked. And it's like, nope, you blew it, Light. That was pretty bad. That was a kind of a rookie mistake that probably our L wouldn't have made, but Light made that mistake, which was interesting. Which shows, he's not 100% there. He's not perfect as L. So that was interesting. I did like that. And, all of them sort of coming together against Higuchi now is interesting, and Higuchi just panicking throughout that whole thing was pretty great. And yeah, we have to find, unfortunately, that's the end of the discussion. There's nothing else I can really talk about this episode, and it was a brilliant episode. I loved it, but man, it's just like, there's nothing I can talk about without, just being like, we got to get to the next episode, basically. What's going to happen, basically? What's going to happen? Will the plan work perfectly? will they capture Higuchi, and is Matsuda going to be okay? That's kind of our questions going into the next episode, and yeah, that's the unfortunate thing, is that we don't know. That's such a cliffhanger that we don't know, like, what's going to happen. But I did love it. I did like that the plan was coming together, and that's the thing, is that, you know, oh, well, in fiction like this, if you detail the plan and then go through with the plan, and then the plan starts working, then it's almost like, well, this shouldn't work, you know? It shouldn't work, because that's, you know, where's the fun in that? You know, it's like something needs to go wrong now, you know? But at the same time, I don't think that Higuchi can outsmart L and Light, you know? I don't think he can outsmart them, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm nervous, man. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to play out next episode, but I am incredibly curious to find out. And man, just leaving me on a cliffhanger like that, I gotta wait a week to watch the next episode and figure out, does the plan come together, you know? But that's what terrifies me, is that the plan might come together, and it might not come together. That's what terrifies me. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I wrote down, and unfortunately, that's all we can talk about for this episode. So, I'm sorry, I wish we could talk more, but we just gotta get to the next episode, you know? So, yeah, sorry about the shorter discussion, but yeah, it kills me. It kills me, man. So, yeah. But I did still love this episode, and it makes me very excited to get into the next episode. So, yeah, with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Death Note reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.